I signed up to do another TV show with the same production company called Triggers Weapons That Changed the World. And I got paid a little bit more. Same 10% thing that I knew I wasn't going to get paid on. But at that time, it was a part-time gig because I was now the director of operations for this company. And they were filming on the weekends and when I had available time. It was according to my availability. And it was more of a standard hosting gig. But now I'm hosting a show about guns. Oh, my God. What a community. You know.
I do.
I don't know everything about every fucking gun.
Nor does anybody.
Nor does anybody. But if you got your favorite and you know everything about every gun.
Yeah, God help you if somebody else touches on your favorite.
And I maybe covered it very kind of loosely. Oh, my God. I had a guy called Washington Manhunter on the, I'm going to fucking dime him out. Washington Manhunter. I don't know what that means, but that was his screen name on the Field and Stream website. I did an article for Field and Stream where they sent me a bunch of questions. I typed up my responses and I sent it back. Well, they edited my responses. And you know, in the military, timelines and all of that shit counts. What do you think they edited out? All those little details. I went to this during this period of time, this during this period of time, this during this period of time. And then this guy, Washington Manhunter, comes out of the woodwork. I'm in D.C. going to the NRA Museum to do the second season of Triggers. They're doing a whole fucking premiere at the NRA Museum, which was awesome, by the way. And my brothers and sisters had flown out to D.C. My roommate at the time had come up, you know, my girlfriend's mother had come down. It's a big fucking deal. And this article comes out, and my brother's like, dude, have you read the blogs? Have you read the comments? I'm like, no, I haven't read the comments, man. And he's like, don't read them.
Well, now you have to.
Why the fuck did you tell me not to read them? Because now I'm going to go read them.
Yeah, now you have to.
So I go and I start reading these comments, man, and this one guy kicks off this whole thing, and he's like, this guy's a fucking fraud. It's like, no fucking way was he an Army Ranger and an Air Force Pararescueman and did all this shit during these periods of time. Yeah, he's a fucking horseshit Hollywood fag, stolen valor. And look, man, that's all I got at this point. I didn't deploy. I don't have fucking rack of red ribbons and medals and fucking Purple Hearts and fucking blown off limbs or horror stories like that. I just got my DD-214 and what I legitimately did in the military. And this guy's fucking trying to strip it all away and say that it was garbage. And that's the first time that I ever responded to somebody on the fucking internet. And I lit him up. I was like, fuck you, dude. I was like, here's what happened. And I posted the entire interview as I wrote it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you want to come at me, man. And he did. He tried to snap back a couple of times.
Really?
Yeah. And then finally somebody was like, Will's right. During his era, guys went to fucking Ranger Battalion before they ever went to Ranger School. You know, that was his big hang up.
Yeah.
Was the idea that I was in the Ranger Battalion.
I've worked enough with Rangers to know that happens all the time.
Yeah. But this guy, in his day, he didn't go to fucking Ranger Battalion or whatever. And I think he's probably a Vietnam era guy where there was no Ranger Battalion. You know, I mean, 3rd Ranger Battalion didn't even come online until October 3rd in 84, October 3rd, which is ironic because Mogadishu was October 3rd of 93.
It's those guys, we'll call them legacy soldiers.
Yeah,
who don't realize that there's an evolution past when their ETS was.
Yeah. And so that's when I really became like one of those guys that's like, look, man, I've got the legitimate shit. You know what I mean? You want to look me up. You want to look up my background, just my military background. Go for it all day long. I got the DD-214s. I kept all my shit tight. I'll show you my little book that I got taught to maintain with all my certificates, all my orders, my 3-ring binder,
I got one too.
All my orders, everything. I got the orders that sent me and 5 other guys to Fort Benning, you know, from Oakland. I have records of that stuff. Where's yours?
Yeah.
Where's yours? Don't come at me because I'm not showing up coming at anybody else. I don't come at anybody else unless it's just bullshit right away. You know what I mean? If it's bullshit to my face right away, but I don't go out and say, fucking Andy Stumpf is full of shit. You know what I mean? Because I don't know anything about you, but I know that you were a SEAL. And then I listen to one podcast you did and I make all these judgments about who you are as a fucking person.
The only time I'll go after people is when they'll say shit like, yeah, I served in Vietnam at SEAL Team 3. I'm like, oh, you mean the SEAL team that got commissioned in the fucking 80s?
Yeah.